And we on. What's happening, fam? What's good, everybody? Give it a minute. Wait till some people get up in here. Hold on. J1 Pro, salute, fam, back. I definitely can dig that. Gotta get up early, take care of some business. What's good, though, fam? Hope everybody had a good weekend. Some of y'all started y'all week already, man. Hope we kicked off proper. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go on ahead and
fuck knowledge. Roll up. Trying to get high.
try to get high. What's goody, though? I don't see nobody in here yet. Talk to me. It's 5 people watching. Salute, fam. Appreciate y'all for stopping through. Just finna chop it up, man, about this weekend fights and what we got on the schedule coming up. Trying to wait for some more people to come in before I get into it. But I know Jay Brown, salute, bro. What's happening? Mike, check. Mike Biggs in the building. Salute. He said, what it do, fellas? Salute, fam. What it do? Hey, Jay Brown, you ain't at work, you ain't busy. Hit the link. Dr. Soapy, salute. What's good, fam? What's good? Yeah, if y'all didn't hear me, I know some of y'all started y'all week already. I hope it kicked off. It wasn't slow. Hope it just breeze. See Trey in the building. What's good, bro?
Salute, mic check. How I sound?
Oh, you sound low right now.
I sound low?
Oh, there you go. You back.
Yeah, salute to the chat, man. What's up with everybody?
Salute. Look at them. Got the silver and the gold on there, huh?
Yeah. I had to go ahead and get my shit right. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Let it be known.
Yeah, I'm coming to do something major this week too, man. I'm coming to take down a dinosaur this week. I jumped up 6 spots on the Channel Ross last week from 19 to 13, and we about to crack the top 10 this week.
Jay Brown in the building. What's good, bro?
What's good with y'all boys, man? Salute to everybody in the chat. What's going on?
Salute, bro. What's going down?
Salute, bro.
Matter of fact, all rise for the Honorable Judge Joe Brown. What's up, bro?
Chilling, man. Looking forward to these upcoming fights and the ones we had over the weekend, man.
Hey, let's go and get it.
Oh, go ahead, bro. My bad.
Now, what you finna say? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I cannot wait until Cool Boy fight this dude Anui. There ain't nothing that I'm marking on my calendar more than that, man. Like I cannot wait for that shit. Joseph Brown. Matter of fact, everybody that I know, except for Eric Carr, I think you, Marlo, everybody think that Anui is gonna beat Fulton, and I think it's gonna be the other way around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, we're gonna go out there and outbox that boy, man.
Yeah, that's a must see right there. My must see is Ryan versus Tank.
Oh yeah. Can't go wrong with that one.
Yeah, I gotta see that, man. I gotta see that. I got Tank all the way. Been saying this for a minute, but it's finally one of those fights that we gonna get to see that we talked about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think Tank will win, but I'm gonna throw a little bit of that out there just so he get the credit if he wins, because I don't want it to seem like a foregone conclusion. So if he wins, he don't get the credit that he deserves, because I do think Ryan Garcia is a phenomenal young fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, but I was gonna say let's talk about this weekend Showtime card, man. I watched the Showtime card and that shit was pretty crazy. Figueroa pressure and Jared Hurd, could we say he quit?
Nah, the doctor stopped the fight.
Oh, the doctor stopped it?
Yeah, he had a fucked up lip, like laceration in his lip, and the doctor stopped it.
Oh, okay, okay. But yeah, man, I want to start with Jared Hurd, man. I think Jared Hurd might as well go on and hang him up, man. He ain't really got no boxing skills to stay away from nobody's punches, no slickness. And if you could withstand his pressure, his punching power, you can beat him up all day, man. You can beat him up all day. That's the kind of fight I sit there and witness. I witnessed him land some good shots, and old boy wasn't going nowhere. But every time he landed something good, his opponent was able to land something a little bit more better with some pepper and salt on it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
that just showed me that his defense is not up to par. I don't think he's gonna be in the championship caliber. He not even in the gatekeeper status right now. What y'all think about Jared Hurd performing?
I'm gonna cut him a little bit of slack because he had fought 21 months, and if you ain't fought in almost 2 years, man, it's hard to go out there and just look sharp. His opponent looked sharp. He looked like a guy that's been active. He has been active. He only got one loss. That's why I ended up picking Hurd and eating crow on the Channel Ross. But I picked him because the guy had lost to another motherfucker with like 4 losses or something. He didn't seem like nobody special. But the thing is, he been fresh. I mean, he been active. So in them situations, it's always like a coin flip for me. Like normally, I would want to take Hurd if he was more active, but the motherfucker ain't fought down there 2 years, 21 months. So it could go either way in them situations, and it went against Hurd this time. That motherfucking Mexican looked sharp. He went out there and put combinations on Hurd, put hands on him. But what I watched, I actually didn't get a chance to see the whole fight because I was trying to get to where I could watch the motherfucker. I learned a lesson, man. I have my TV fucked up. Whenever you fucking with your TV, always use a remote. If you get the pushing the power button and all that kind of stuff, you can fuck some shit up. So I always remember that. That's a lesson that I learned. But I would say let's give her one more chance. After he been more active, and then we can have a more proper ruling, in my opinion.
I was actually a little bit more encouraged with what Hurd was trying to do in this fight than previous fights. I saw Hurd, slipping punches, trying to utilize his jab, even though he was trying to land more of a power jab in the fight, and he had some success early on, utilizing his jab. The problem with Hurd is Hurd was in there with a guy who was determined, and this was something that the commentators brought up that I didn't know because I've seen him fight before, and I've seen him have some unspirited results and not look as active as he did in this fight, and it says a lot when it kind of raised my eyebrows when they said this man was training with Sebastian Fundora, and we all know what Fundora's gas tank is like and how many punches he throws. And so you could kind of see some of those things rubbing off on him, the way he was coming forward and constantly, throwing shots and landing shots. And Hurd, down the stretch, he just got worn down. This kid is 24 years old, and his youth and his pace, it wore on a guy who in Hurd is 32 years old. And you can kind of see having that kind of layoff affected him getting into a tough fight with this young kid who had all the stamina and had all the energy coming forward. So it was an uphill climb for her, but I wasn't really that discouraged by his performance. I wish they would have allowed it to go the distance because I felt like the way he fought, it deserved to go the distance. But I'm not mad at I'm not just gonna say hey he's completely washed up at this point because he did do some good things in this fight.
But I will say this too, though. This the third time that we done seen him lose to a more determined opponent. Because I remember when he lost to J Rock came in with like this energy that he wasn't taking no shit today. He was gonna take it straight to her. He was gonna put hands on her, and that's what he did. When he fought against Luis Arias, Arias came in that motherfucker determined and aggressive, and he took it to her, and he got the victory. Same thing with this Mexican Resendez. He coming there determined. He ain't taking no shit from her tonight. He gonna take it to the dude. We gonna see what you about. We gonna see what you got in your chest. We gonna see how much you want to be here, how much you want to fight. And once again, her loss. So we keep on seeing like the same type of story with this guy that if you come to him with a lot of determination and you really take it to him and be first, you got action against Hurd. No matter like what your level is. If you like an A level, B level, or C level, whatever. If you come to that motherfucker with determination and aggression, you got action.
Hey, your mic had went back low, bro. Hypey, salute, bro. Ernest Davis, salute, bro. What's happening? Almond Brown in the building, salute, sis. Winston Lee, salute, bro.
Amazon Angel in the building. What's up, OG? Ernest Davis, Mike Biggs Boxing, Dr. Soapy, salute. I hope that y'all can hear me, man. Hell,
Yeah,
this
we
this
can.
this was the headset that was working good last time. You know what I'm saying? But salute to everybody, man. Winston Lee, I need to see something this week, man. And the Sharon Ross, I need to see something.
Hey, that was my thing though, Joseph Brown. He trying to learn new tricks. You know what I'm saying, and apply them on the job. But yeah, that pressure. That pressure is a motherfucker. That's why I said, is he at gatekeeper status, or is he? You know what I'm saying? He ain't even gatekeeper status because he losing to people he ain't supposed to lose to, and in the fashion that he losing to. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's nothing slick there. I don't see no type of way that he gonna in emergency find some type of head movement. You know what I'm saying, to take less punishment. I don't know, man. It could be done, but I don't. I mean, it wasn't like he wasn't landing shots. It's just the shots that he was taking and the way that he was taking them. You know what I mean? The punishment that he was taking that's what got me.
Well, I gotta
Well,
say, the old Hurd definitely ain't gonna come back through the door. That Hurd that used to walk through shots, take three so he can get one off on you. Like when he beat Harrison, when he beat Laura, that type of Hurd, he ain't coming back no more. And I said back then, I said, man, this man can't keep walking through these punches. How the fuck this man gonna walk through these punches for his whole career? And now it seems like he don't want to walk through them holes no more. He want to box. He want to get outside. He want to try to use a jab and all that kind of shit a little bit. He actually been doing that for a few fights. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while since I seen that juggernaut type of Hurd that was coming through. But that
Right.
guy ain't fighting no more. So the championship version of Hurd, I don't think we're gonna see him no more. But I do think we could potentially see him in some entertaining fights. Maybe like a gatekeeper, like y'all said, we could see him test some of these young guys coming up or something like that. But I do see him like in some entertaining fights, if nothing else.
yeah, I could see him. I could see him being one of those dudes who you bring a prospect in and continue to fight. Like I said, I think Hurd was surprised by this kid's performance. I was surprised by it. I didn't see him being this determined and coming forth with the volume of punches that he brought in this fight. I just didn't see that coming from him. Had I known a little bit more about who he was training with, that would have been a decided factor for me. But you can't find out everything that you want to find out before fights. It just goes down that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I know Hyphy he said something in Discord that kind of made me chuckle. He said Hurd kind of looked like a bootleg Shannon Briggs in there, and I could see some Let's Go Champ stuff going on with Hurd. The way he was trying to use the shoulder roll and still getting caught with left hooks and right hands out of the shoulder roll. He would every now and then be able to counter a shot, throw a counter right hand, trying to roll with the shoulder roll. But you can see he's still trying to learn some of the things from his new trainer. But that wasn't the guy you're trying to implement some of the new things you're doing as far as trying to get into a fight with him off a 2-year layoff. It probably would have been better off taking a guy with lesser abilities. Hindsight, being 2020. So
Yeah, that motherfucker brought whatever Hurd was bringing. He bought it with something extra. You know what I'm saying? He brought his own seasoning too. You know what I mean? He made sure he brought some cilantro with it every time. That was the crazy part. Like Hurd landed some good shots. He was in there taking shots, but he landed some good ones. But when he landed, oh boy, he was coming back with 3 or 4. You know what I mean? It was kind of wicked. But let me catch up in the chat before we go to the next one.
And we also got to say this: it can't just be about the demise of Hurd or disintegration of Hurd. And also got to talk about the breakout party of Resendez. He went out there and handled his business. That was the biggest fight of his career up to date. And he went out there and put himself on the map, man. So shout out to Resendez.
Hell yeah, shout out to him. He definitely gonna have, you know what I'm saying, some good opportunities off that fight. But I'm gonna jump in the chat real quick where Hyphy say Showtime opening bout was good as well. I watched the periodically of the opening bout because I was doing something watching TV. Did you see
Which
the
one was the
opening one?
opening bout? I don't even remember which one it was. Hell, I think I watched it.
Yeah, I ain't but I did watch Hurd and Maxayo. Ivy also said her career is similar to that of Alfredo Angulo.
Oh, I remember the opening bout now. The opening bout had the 19-year-old fight against Vidal, Amilcar Vidal. He was a guy that come out of one of them Spanish-speaking countries, and he had like 60 amateur fights. And he fought against this kid that's like 19 years old. His last name Garcia. I can't remember his first name though, but he was a 3.5 on the pedigree scale. He was a national champion and shit. You know what I'm saying? Southpaw kid, real strong, come forward. He like a bull. Like he come forward and make a good fight out of it. You know what I'm saying? Out the Southpaw stands, like I said. And Vidal was actually doing pretty good, but I knew when I was watching that fight early on, I say I don't know if he can keep this up for 10 rounds. He throwing a bunch of punches, throwing a lot of combinations, but this kid is still coming. He ain't being deterred or nothing. And then all of a sudden, I think it was like the 5th round, he caught that motherfucker with a right hook. It might have been like a 2-3 or a 6-3 or something. He brought that hook back on that motherfucker, and he hurt him bad. I was really kind of sad because I had the Garcia by decision on the
Yeah,
channel.
me too. Me too. I didn't see that going. I didn't see that going that way with a KO. I thought it was going to go the full distance.
Yeah, I had everybody betting this shit too, man. I had everybody bet on Garcia, except for Yasser. Yasser really don't be giving a damn about losing. So I told Yasser, let's just go ahead and take the decision because we get plus 225 on the decision. If you would have got him just to win, it was minus 130. You know what I'm saying? So we lost, we won on everything except for that account. So I was kind of mad about that. And plus, I lost on the Channel Ross. But that was like a breakout party for that kid, though, man. He took a chance. He took a dangerous opponent, and he went out there and made a name for himself, man. So shout out to what the fuck is his name, y'all? His last name Garcia, though. Salute to my boy Channel Ross in the building. What's up, bro? What's going down?
Salute,
Yeah,
Kenbro.
we got 15 fights this week. I'm coming to make a move. Hey, we got Rod X the champ going against Gil Coles this week too. Rod X might not want to show up tonight because the heat is on. But yeah,
Well,
we
what
got
happened?
Gil.
They tied.
Now, they close. Gil Coles number 25 and Rod X number 27. So I got them going against each other this week. Last week I had Eric R go against MZ. And Eric R went out there and took care of OG, man. I hate to say it. I know Ernie Davis probably down there. He don't like me to say nothing like this. But Eric R went out there and took care of MZ, man. MZ had 60 and Eric R had like 87. So he beat him by like 27 points. You know, I swear, when I saw they picks, I already knew what time it was. I saw OG picks, I was like, God damn, OG. And when I saw Eric R, I said, yeah, he about to go take care of OG, and that's what he did.
Ivy say her career. Oh, I already read that one. Mike Big say Hurd is done. Sophie said salute. You read that one up. Dr. Sophie said salute.
Salute.
Ivy say Resendez still isn't anything special. He just had the hunger and tools to beat the limited Hurd.
Man, I be understanding when y'all say like ain't nothing special, but at the end of the day, boxing is entertainment. Like he might not go on to be an all-time great. He might not even go on to be a champion. But I think he's shown enough that he can go out there and give us some good, exciting fights, action-packed fights. You know what I'm saying? So in that regard, I think he did have like a breakout party. He showed us that if we see him on the card, we can't just write him off. And plus, he gonna go out there and he gonna throw combinations and make a good fight. So salute to Resendez.
Ernest Davis says salute family, salute Marlo'S, salute Little Bro Trey.
Salute, OG.
Armor Brown said, "Hey fellas, Trey X, bro, Marlo, Joseph Brown, Moss, blessings, sis."
I'm around Angel.
Hey, salute to Miss Almond Brown.
Gia.
When salute, sis. When Salik got the peace sign, you know what I'm saying, throwing up the glasses, salute. He also said that brother has gotten soft. I think he talking about Hurd.
Yeah, he don't want to take them punches no more, man. Hey, that's
Once
a
he,
hard living. That's a hard life when you got to walk through punches for a living.
right. When Salik said, since he got the gold shit in his head before the J Rock fight, that's the last time we saw Hurd.
Yeah.
He also said, "I'm having a bad season, but I'm still in the game." That's what I'm talking about.
Who said that?
Winston Lee.
Okay, yeah, we need a bounce back week this week.
Yeah, I need one bad. Mike Biggs say, "Hurd getting older, fam. He didn't. He don't got it no more."
He might
Yeah,
be right.
I gotta go and agree with. That's what it's looking like to me. Gil Cole, salute, bro, in the building.
Real
Champ
cold.
Ross say salute, fellas.
Champ Ross.
Tweez Lamar, salute, fam. He said, yo.
Salute.
Brown said, please like the video. Most
Definitely
definitely
would
appreciate
appreciate it.
y'all hit that like button.
Yes, sir.
Share the video if you can. Ernest Davis saying peace. Laughing. MZ in the building. Salute, bro. He said,
What
are
he
you
say?
not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Yeah,
Hell
what's
no,
good,
nigga.
fam?
You top 60. I need you to find your way to the top half, man. You went out there. I will give it to MZ though. OG, he made one good pick last week. He took Samuel Tia or Taya. He took him over. Who the fuck that dude fight? Gogokia. It was like an Eastern European or something. I think he was like a Southpaw maybe. But Samuel Tia, he got a few good wins. Like he got a win over Shaqy Foster, for example. I kind of felt like he had action, but he was coming off a layoff. He hadn't fought since 2021. So I was like, man, I don't know if I can trust this dude, but OG picked him and he went out there and beat that motherfucker. So shit,
Hey,
salute to MZ.
hey,
Hey, shout out.
that was my primary reason. Sorry, that was my primary reason for not picking them. Also, that layoff, it scared me to death, man.
Yeah.
Spirit of Justice in the building. Salute, fam. He said, y'all
Hey,
think,
my bad. One thing about it though, Gogoki ain't had no deep amateur background. That motherfucker was a kickboxer. And he was going against somebody that got wins over people that's like a 3.5 on the pedigree scale. So that probably should have dictated everything, because we could see that it was a skill gap between the two fighters. Samuel Tia was definitely the better fighter, and if we look at the evidence, we should have seen that, bro. Even with the layoff, we should have just said fuck the layoff and just roll with skills.
Spirit of Justice said, y'all think Harrison gonna stop little buddy from before the win over there in Australia? Talking about Tim Zoo, right?
If it's anybody that's gonna get stopped, I think it's gonna be Harrison, to be honest with you, because I done seen Tim Zoo show toughness. Like he got dropped with a right hand, bam, right on the chin against my man 158 and 16, Terrell Garche. He got up and fought on and showed toughness. He recuperated very fast too. So he showed me something that he tough. I don't think he's gonna get stopped, but I do think it's a chance that Tony Harrison will go out there and outbox him though. I mean, he is going up against a 3 on my scale, Tony Harrison. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of Detroit, come from a boxing family too. They talk about Tim Zoo coming from a boxing family. Tony Harrison come from a boxing family. Yeah. That nigga grandfather was Henry Hank, and he was out there fighting the best of them. Tony Harrison, 75 and 12. You know what I'm saying? He won a bronze medal.
There you go.
He won a bronze medal at the National Golden Gloves. So I got him a 3 on the pedigree scale. Tim Zoo ain't nothing like that. Tim Zoo got 34 amateur fights, like 33 and 1 or some shit, but he ain't did nothing though. And he was in Australia. I think it's a great chance that Tony Harrison go out there and outbox this kid. And plus, Tony Harrison fought the better competition throughout his career. And Tony Harrison ain't never lost to nobody that wasn't a real good amateur. Like Tony Harrison, he lost to Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson had over 200 amateur fights. And plus, he was a 2-time national champion. That's a bona fide 3.5. He lost against Jermell Charlo, but he beat him the first time. He lost to him in a rematch. You know what I'm saying? But that was a 56-8 motherfucking national champion type dude. Is you know, a very talented person, talented fighter. And he lost to Jared Hurd, but he was beating Jared Hurd. He was up on the cards when Jared Hurd stopped him, man. You know what I'm saying? So I think Harrison got action, but this the thing that worried me though. Both the fighters ain't fought in almost a year. Tim Tszyu ain't fought since last March, and Tony Harrison hasn't fought since last April. So that's another variable that we have to add to the fight. Who is going to deal with the layoff the best? But when it comes to just pure skills, I like Tony Harrison.
Hey, I think you moving in your thing because it went out right before you finished it. You got real low. Hey, I think the person with the skills is definitely gonna be it's gonna advantage them for the layoff. But we gonna see though. I think I'm picking Tony Harrison, man. I think I'm gonna stand on that too right now. MZ say I need a oh hell no. He said he need a recount. He left some points on the table.
He got one already. Mike check, can you hear me?
Move a little bit. You kind of low.
Man, this shit here frustrating as fuck. I ain't gonna even lie here. This is the headset that everybody said was working last time.
Shit, that shit went smooth last time. Now it's going like you was good, and then you move like we hear something like you move, and then it go low.
Yeah, but I ain't doing nothing no different than I normally do. I ain't never in here just being straight still.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But can you hear me right now though?
Yeah.
But I forgot the fuck I was about to say, man.
I think we talking about Tony Harrison.
Yeah.
Oh no, the recount. MZ said
on the recount. Yeah, that motherfucker. I counted it up first, and then I told him, man, you lost. Woo woo woo. I told Eric all that he won, and then Count Ross counted it up again and posted the official score. So he got one count by me, and he got another count by Count Ross. You already got your recount, brother. We just need you to come back with something.
Yeah, to kind of piggyback off the Trey in terms of Harrison. Harrison's one of those dudes, and in the fights that he lost, a lot of people could say he was actually up on them scorecards before he got beat. So he hasn't been in a fight in which he's lost that he wasn't actually either winning in that fight, or he was or it was dead even. So, but the problem that I have with Harrison in this fight, I always worry about him late in the fight. I don't worry about him early in the fight being able to outbox his opponent, but coming down the stretch, is he going to be able to close the show? That's the biggest question when it comes to Tony Harrison in these type of fights. When he's fighting an opponent who's coming forward and is aggressive. So that's the part I want to see if he can close the show.
If we're gonna see which Tony Harrison gonna show up, is my opinion, because he ain't coming in shape or focused lately. You know what I mean? It's looking at sharp, looking, you know what I'm saying, as determined as he did versus Charlo. You know what I'm saying, or anyone else. He just looked different. But Tony Harrison show up, man, I think he'll be able to outbox Tim Tszyu.
Yeah, Tim Tszyu gonna bring that pressure all night, though. That's the only thing, man. I see Tony Harrison beat them on points, or I see Tim Tszyu wearing him down and getting him out of there like in the 9th, 10th round. You know, he got two losses by stoppage in 9 rounds. But like Joseph Brown said, that man is always up on the cards. That's a point that I frequently make about him as well.
That's a good point, though.
Except for that one time, what's the name of the dude you interviewed? Brian Perella.
Brian, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he got boxed up in that fight, but that's a different type of opponent because Brian Perella got a lot of speed and he throw combination. Tim Tszyu is more like a get on the inside or come with power. He's not like a combination speed guy like Brian Perella. So I think this style suits Tony Harrison a lot better than Perella.
Right. Hey, I'm about to get back to Tweez Lamar, but Spirit of Justice said, I'm meant to ask, can Harrison win a fair decision in Australia? That's the question.
I think so. This shit gonna be nationally televised. Most of the time when we see like big fights that's televised on that big shit like Showtime, ESPN, and shit like that, yet unless it's one of them darling type of fighters like a Canelo or something, most of the time I think we get fair decisions. Sometimes we do get crazy decisions. It ain't never gonna be perfect. But for the most part, when it's on the major networks, I don't see as many robberies. But let's say it's on something like Pro Box TV, or like they fighting on some kind of weird ass promotion that we don't get a chance to see it. That's when I see most of the robberies. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the worst robberies last year was on Pro Box TV, and that's an example of what I'm talking about. And that's when John Pascal, he went out there and got a decision over Mong Fonlong. I thought he lost that fight by a mile.
All right. Tweez Lamar said, Hurd has no defense at all to me. I got to agree with you. Champ Ross said, hell yeah. Shout out to MZ. Pick that upset with how you pronounce that? Tia.
Samuel Tia. He did that, man. I had scrolled through the picks a little bit. I ain't just go scrutinize them or nothing, but I did scroll through and I saw the MZ. He was like the only person I saw that made that pick. But that was a good pick. He went out there and handled his business. The only thing is he fucked up on everything else. Everything else was trash. I mean, all right, we got 13 fights. So if you get everything perfect, that's 130 points, right? The man got 60. You see what I'm saying? If you get 50% of your points, that's 65. The man ain't even make 50%. I think if you got a good week, you had about 80%. We got to pick that up, OG. I need 100 points or something this week. Now, yeah, we got 15 fights. Yeah, let me get 100 points this week.
Shit, 100, that'll put him in third place or something.
What'd you say?
100, that'll put him in third because he's going to have to hit some bonuses in that motherfucker.
But it's 15 fights this week, though. So if it's 150 points without the bonus, if you get 70% of your picks, that means that you at 105 points.
All right.
Like, goddamn, that ain't asking for nothing spectacular. You know what I'm saying? That's what I need from you, OG. I need that from you. Hey, while you over there laughing, it's gonna be you and Derek Bailey going against each other next week. Yeah, you and your running mate going against each other next week. It's gonna be Joseph Brown versus Derek Bailey next week. Number 6 versus number 7.
Damn.
Hey, you know, with me, I was around short on 2 of my KOs that cost me them double bonuses, man. I was bad than a motherfucker. Because when I looked up, I had a round 3 and he got KO'd in the round 2. And another one I had a round 5, motherfucker got KO'd in the round 6 or some shit like that. So I should have scored triple bonuses on 3 of my KOs that I had. But I was off by a round on 2 of them. I only got the 1.
I gotta say, you're doing very well. You and Derek Bailey are doing extremely well, but you losing ground though. Y'all got to put y'all foot in the dirt and turn up field on these motherfuckers and come back with something. Because y'all was at the very top, and now y'all sliding down almost out of the top 10. Y'all just slid out of the top 5. So y'all got to come back with something too. You know what I'm saying? This is a 15-fight week. These are the type of weeks that you can make a move. I beg Champ Ross for 15 fights every week. Y'all don't worry about it. I am interceding on everyone's behalf to Champ Ross every week. Let us get 15 plus fights, please. And he delivered it for us. So we got to come back with something this week.
Hey, Tweez Lamar said Harrison do have skill.
Yeah, he got skills, man. Skills to pay the bill. Me come from Detroit and shit, man. Y'all know the history of Detroit boxing, man. The best of the best come from that area, man. From Sugar Ray Robinson to Floyd Mayweather to James Toney. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Gonna come with something.
I mean, I do kind of put the onus on Harrison, being that he did an interview and he was calling for this fight. He was calling for this opportunity, and he getting this chance, and he need to show up and show out, because this may be his final opportunity to get that trilogy with a Charlo.
I gotta say though, man, I gotta admit to y'all, I've been listening to Tony Harrison talk about the fight. And if nothing else, that man is the champion of talking a good game. I swear to God, Tony Harrison will make me a believer every time I hear him talk. I don't think I've ever listened to him talk and picked against it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I picked Tony Harrison every single time I hear him talk. There's only been one time I picked against him, and that was in his last fight, like a motherfucker. All of his other fights, from Hurd to Charlo, all them motherfuckers, I always pick this dude, man. So yeah, he talk a good game.
Hey, Champ Ross say all the fights under the Zoo Harrison on the schedule is the undercard. Um, he said, but I'm not sure if it's televised. Lil Rock, salute fam. He said, yo. Tweet Lamar said, good question. MZ say, he said, I can't be giving my picks away. He said, I'm not going to speak on the up and coming fights yet. He laughing though. Tweet Lamar said, I agree Harrison for the win. Yeah, I might have to lock that in right now, man. Cause
yeah, it's
that's
close, man.
That'll be my underdog. That's why I'm down, man. None of my underdog pick hitting. And then Hurd didn't handle business. Ain't no excuses. But I was trying to. Matter of fact, I'm gonna mark where I'm at right now. But hold up, they say you sound good, so I'm just gonna leave it alone when you go out, bro. I was just warning you because you know how you go listen to the playback and you be like, damn.
Yeah. I want you to say something if it ain't right all day, yo.
Yeah, sure. But they saying right now it sounds good when that happens, so I'm gonna leave it like that.
Hey, hold on, Jesse Aguilar in the bin. Go ahead and throw Jesse Aguilar a wrench, man. He a real boxing head, man. All right, he'll head busting that Sean Ross. I can't even lie, man. Hey, man, I'm putting everybody against each other, man. I'm coming for Jesse Aguilar this week. It's Trey X against Jesse Aguilar this week. I'm matching up opponents and shit. That's the opponent I want. I'm coming to take down a dinosaur this week. That's what I want. I think he got like second place last week, man. He real good, man. I got to give it to him. But I feel like I'm on the upswing right now because I should have got first place the week before, but I fucked myself at the Jake Paul pick at the last minute. I mean, the Tommy Fury pick. And then last week, I kind of had some janky shit going on. You know what I'm saying? And I cost myself being in the mix. I got fourth place, but I feel like I'm picking pretty good. Like last week, I got like 78% of my picks, and I got like one bonus. I got my first knockout bonus this week for the season. So I think I'm in a good position where I can go out there and slay a dragon. So yeah, that's what I'm coming to do this season. But yeah, Jesse Aguilar is a monster, man, and he in position where he might get his second championship. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, salute to Jesse Aguilar, but I'm coming to take him down though.
Hey, grab the chat for me real quick. I'm giving him a wrench and I'm gonna do something.
Where you at, bro?
Otis the Great, right here.
Otis the Great, salute,
welcome. Dre Finesse, salute, welcome. Derek Bailey, salute, bro. What's happening? Right, but I'm right there where he at. I'm
marked Otis right the Great, say salute.
Yeah, yep.
Salute. Derek Bailey is the builder. Salute, OG. Yeah. They might as well since we got multiple matchups this week, we're gonna go ahead and put Joseph Brown against Derek Bailey this week. That's a good ass matchup right there, man. So we got 3 matchups this week. We got me versus Jesse Aguilar, Derek Bailey versus Joseph Brown, and we also got Gil Cole versus Rod S. the Champ. Man, it's going down.
Hey, look at Don King. Trey Don King in the building, baby. Hey, man, putting all the matches together.
That's why I love our community, nigga. Hey, you gotta put your skills where your mouth is. You can't just come claim nothing around here. You gotta come prove something around here. Hype, you say love this channel because you talk about all the boxing, not just the same 5 fighters. Much appreciated, man. Salute to you. Salute to Eric R. He won the brawl for it all last week against OG. I already gave you your props and shit. Let me scroll down. Pecos Bill said that 19-year-old messed over me and Hurd just did change. All right, yeah, but the 19-year-old did get us some money though. We went 2-0 on the picks last week. We had that boy, the Garcia kid over Vidal, Emil Carver Vidal, and we also had we had Mark Masgallo versus Figueroa. We had the fight go the distance. Hey, people was trying to argue me down too that fight was that Figueroa was gonna stop Masgallo. But look who came out on top. You know what I'm saying? Even though I did pick Mascayo to win on the Channel Raw, so I got that wrong. I had to eat crow, but I knew he at least wasn't gonna get knocked out. Derek Bailey said I picked Hurd like a dumbass. I picked him too. Don't worry about it, bro. He was coming off a layoff. Tweez Lamar said, "Who y'all got between Plant versus Benavidez?" I like Benavidez late, man. I like Plant early. Like Plant gonna look good early, man, because Plant is a very talented fighter. 97-20 national champion guy, 3.5 on the pedigree scale, and he can throw combinations with one hand, like with the lead hand, touch it with the jab, come back with the hook, come back with the uppercut, all kind of shit like that. And plus, he got good speed and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I just think his gas tank ain't the best, and I know that Benavidez is gonna come and he gonna bring pressure to him all night. And it's very hard to be in a ring when you got them big, tall pressure fighters. We just saw an example of that last Saturday night with Figueroa when he fought against Mark Masgallo. Figueroa, he would not leave Mark Masgallo alone. He would not give him a chance to take a breath. Like he was just there all day, all night, like just in his space. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's the type of shit that Benavidez is gonna bring. He gonna be there. Uh, Plant gonna want to take a deep breath, and Benavidez is not gonna let him. And he got fast hands and shit too, throwing combinations. So I think Plant gonna look good early, but once we get to like the round 7, 8, 9, I think the fight is gonna look different, and Benavidez is gonna start catching up to him, and he probably gonna stop him. What you think about that matchup, Joseph Brown?
That's the worry. That's the biggest concern. If you're going for Caleb Plant, that you have to seriously worry about in this fight is the back half of the fight. Um, is his stamina going to hold up? Is he going to invest, to the body to try and slow down Benavidez? Because Benavidez does a lot. He has a lot of errors that he makes footwork wise that makes it, easy for a guy like Plant to be able to get out of the way. But having said that, Benavidez's gas tank and his constant pressure is a problem, is a major factor in this fight. Him utilizing his jab when he gets on the inside, he uses uppercuts, throw combinations, goes to the body, left hook to the body. If Plant doesn't fix those little defensive deficiencies in his Philly shell, he's going to have issues. If he gets up against the ropes, it's going to be a bad night for him. So it's one of those fights that Plant could win it easily. Boxing, if his gas tank is there and he continues to move, he can win it easily just basically because his footwork is superior. But if he slows down at all in this fight, it's going to be a problem. Big problem for him.
Who you
I,
picking?
I'm not going to divulge that yet.
oh, come on, man. This dude here, man.
but I am leaning towards Benavidez at the moment.
Leaning toward Benavidez. What about you, bro? I know you leaning toward Plant.
I definitely got Plant. We've been talking about that's another fight that's going to happen that we talked into existence. We already saw the Canelo, and I think that Canelo Plant winning the Canelo fight, he had a lot of success, but he went in there, he wore down, and he started looking for respect, and I think Canelo seen that, and he hunted him down. I don't think it's going to be the same um, versus Benavidez. I think it is going to be no respect. I think Benavidez got a lot of slip ups that Plant could take advantage of. When he missed, he'd be off balance a lot. I think that might cause a knockdown. I don't think it's going to be a stoppage, but I think I see Plant getting a decision over Benavidez if he can last long. But if Benavidez, that pressure affect him in any way, he will be getting stopped. But I'm definitely going to be picking Plant to outbox Benavidez for 12 rounds.
I ain't mad at you, man. You picking skills, pay the bills. You taking a guy with the deeper amateur background and stuff, and that's normally the type of pick that I would make. But man, this dude Benavidez, man, these big tall pressure fighters, bro, it's just so hard to fight against them. Like people don't give Cool Boy Steph enough credit for the performance that he had against Figueroa. He had to use his legs every moment of that fight. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very hard to win them type of fights. Like when we think about Willie Pep, one of the best to ever do it. When he fought against Sandy Sadler, don't y'all know he lost to that man 3 out of 4 fights? That's not an easy style to beat when you got a big, tall pressure fighter with long arms, with good power, and now and Benavidez got good speed to go with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like Plant like on paper, but when we look at these motherfuckers in the ring, I gotta take Benavidez, man. But I ain't mad at you though, bro. Swear Ben, and I won't be shocked if you end up being right. Pagos Bill said, "Y'all remember that time I made a move but nobody saw it? Yeah, OG, you made a move, man. You was in the top 50. I think you was like, what place was he in? 44th place or something like that. Well, we got to do a little bit better than that, man. At least get to the top half. You know what I'm saying? Ivy say, I'm unsure if Tony has had enough time to prep for a fight in Australia. So he got to fight on
Hey,
that
MZ,
short
don't.
notice.
Oh my bad. Don't forget we in the gym, MZ. That he like it's like if you was on weights. You know what I'm saying? He trying to push you to lift a little more. One more, hit it one more time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Let's look at it like that.
Oh yeah. This definitely a brotherhood, man. We don't come up in this motherfucker to hell, I don't even know what to even say. Like to be nice and shit all the time. Like we brothers. Sometimes you gotta slap box and shit, man. We just slap boxing, brother. Hypey say after I read that. I didn't. How much time has Tony Harrison had to prepare for the fight? I don't even know how much time he's had, to be honest. I see Jesse Aguilar. He said he like Benavidez by late stoppage. Yeah, that's a hard man to beat. Tweez Lamar said he heard something. Eric R said as long as Tony's mind and conditioning is right, he got this. Okay.
Hey, that late stoppage comment. If I was to put some money on it, that's what I would bet on too. I wonder what the odds would be if you pick Benavidez and late stoppage. Ain't that a parlay?
No, you can. That's a prop bet. Like if you take Benavidez by stoppage.
Yeah, and actually pick them around. Like you know how they have 9 and 10, 8 through 10, or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, they got those too on the prop bets. I really don't mess with those, but like sometimes in these situations you can find like a hedge. Like if you felt like Benavidez, if he win by stoppage, you could take him by stoppage. It might be like close to even money or something like that. Then you could take part of that and put it on the other side on Plant, and you can have some money on both sides in the hedge. We do that shit sometimes. Not a lot though, because most of the time the side that I was leaning toward, that be the winning side anyway. And we basically just be wasting money on the hedge and just fucking off money. So I really don't like to do it too much, but we do it sometimes though. Eric R said everything in my head said Hurd was trash, and I picked him anyway, listening to Dance fat ass. I picked him too, man. Even though he was coming off the layoff like that. I picked him. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's just evidence of what we be talking about all the time. Like we have had several times, like Maurice Hooker, when he came off the long layoff and he lost to Blair the Flair Cobb. Now we just had another one. This dude here, he come off a layoff, Hurd, and he lose to Resendez. That's just more evidence of what we talking about is square business. If you coming off a layoff damn near 2 years, you ain't gonna look your best. Shit can go wrong. Pagos Bills, I think that somebody paid the fighters not to follow my picks, goddamn me. Yeah. Jesse Aguilar said, congrats on the 100 plus points this week, Trace. I see you moving up in the rank. Yeah, I'm trying to do a little something, bro. You know what I'm saying? I really should have been at 13th already coming into last week. And I was supposed to be like in 8th place or something like right now. Because I fucked myself out of 20 points with that Jake Paul shit. You know what I'm saying? But I feel good that I moved from 19 to 13. Hopefully I can crack the top 10 this week. You know what I'm saying? I'm still coming to slay the dragon though. Eric Ross said Treg's king only in America, goddamn me. Pecos Bill said I'll take winning the bet over winning the pick in the day. Yeah, square business. Eric Ross said I thought Figueroa was gonna stop dude late. It's hard to know how good you are when your claim to fame is barely beating a one-arm Mr. Gary Russell. I mean, that's the way you might look at boxing. But I thought that he had a real tough fight
against my man Ray Vargas. You know what I'm saying? That was like a majority decision or something like that. And I thought that he showed me some toughness in that fight. Also, Gary Russell Jr. was catching them with some straight left hands. I saw enough in them fights to feel like Mark Mascayo had a solid chin. I saw him take some solid punches against Figueroa as well. And I saw him take solid body punches. I have seen enough evidence from Mark Mascayo to let me know that you're not going to hit him with a couple of punches and the fight is over. You know what I'm saying? And plus, he go into that emergency mode. Like a lot of people, I actually disagree with most people's opinion of the fight. Like a lot of people feel like the fight was real close as far as the scoring. I didn't feel like that. I thought Figueroa went out there and got on his ass pretty good. And I thought when Mark Mascayo was fighting back, it was like fighting to get off me, like get off me type punches. Like not necessarily setting up his shit, but just fighting to get this man off of him. So I had this shit kind of wide, you know what I'm saying? But I saw enough from Mark Mascayo to know that he tough as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He just went 12 rounds with Figueroa, man. That's not easy. Somebody want to
Yeah, I
say
didn't
something?
have it close. Yeah, I didn't have it close either. I had Figueroa basically winning the last half of the fight from round 6 on to 12. Um, the fight definitely broke down just how you said, especially in the latter half. It was like Mezcala was just basically trying to keep Figueroa off of him at times to get him enough respect so he can get some distance. But Figueroa would not let him breathe at all. He was constantly on him, not allowing him to get much space. And then when they got in close, even when Mezcala was holding him, he was still had his hand free and was punching them with the offhand. So Figueroa was constantly putting hands on them on the inside, even when they were getting tied up. So I just felt like he was just doing a lot more. He was more busier in those situations, and he was the more busier guy, brought the more pressure, and brought the fight to Moscato. And you kind of see him started to wear Moscato down in the last 3 or 4 rounds of the fight.
Yeah, man, I was pissed watching that fight, man. Figueroa, one of my favorite fighters to call. It's kind of hard to call him sometimes because he switched back and forth from southpaw to orthodox and stuff, but he is an all-action fighter, man. And he got the perfect nickname, the Heartbreaker, because he come to snatch a motherfucker heart out. He is like a literal nightmare in that ring. Like if you in the ring with somebody and they just keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, they bigger than you, they stronger than you, they longer than you, and he got a great chin. I'm talking about you normally hit somebody with your Sunday punch and you see something happen. You hit this motherfucker, he might take a little half a step back and smile at you or something. And he coming right back with something. It's a motherfucking nightmare in that ring, man. That dude is tough, man. I love watching that dude fight.
Figueroa, motherfucker. And y'all talking about a Nui? I'm not even sure Nui would even beat that motherfucker. I know he'd have moved from 122 to 126. But when Figueroa was at 122, I'm not 100% sure that a Nui would beat him. That type
But motherfucker, if it's anybody that can take his punches, it's him, Figueroa. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I can't wait to that fight. I see my boy D-Lo in here. Hey, salute to my boy D-Lo. Hey, you got to make a stand this week because I don't want you falling all in the 20s and shit, man. We got to move towards the 10s. So I need you to come back with something this week. But I want to know who are you taking out of Cool Boy Steph and Anui?
I'm just
D-Lo,
interested.
salute, bro.
Shit.
Eric R, salute.
Yeah, man, let me ask y'all something. Who is the greatest Japanese fighter to ever live? Joseph Brown, tell me who is the greatest Japanese fighter to ever live in your opinion? He ain't got no answer for me. I know. If you look at a list of the greatest fighters of all time, how far do you got to go down before you get to a Japanese fighter?
To the bottom.
How how far do you got to go before you get to a brother?
The top.
You ain't got to go very far, do you? We got a history of putting it down in this boxing shit with our style. They had some good fighters over there fighting Hurd and all them other Harada and all them dudes. I understand they had some tough fighters, man. But hey, we got a tradition of whooping ass in this country with that slick
Uh, Soul Brother style. That's from Sugar Ray Robinson to Sugar Ray Leonard to Floyd Mayweather and Cool Boy Steph. is one of them type of dudes that's gonna get out there and put an angle on the dude, go out there and put some skills on the man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't trying to be racist. It ain't about race, but I'm just saying, if you look at the history of boxing, it is what it is. We got a track record of putting it down. We're gonna go out there and box up Anui. We're gonna go out
Hey,
there and box his ass up.
that Maxayo Figueroa fight made me recognize that Figueroa pressure is a motherfucker. That was them two pressure fighters were fighting each other, and one of them uh, made the other one damn near break down. Like it was time that Maxayo probably wanted to run up out the damn ring. It was just that vicious going on. It wasn't clean, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't all that clean, all that, but it was effective, very effective. And that's what a lot of people saw though. That pressure was a motherfucker. Like he was relentless. Even the referee took points away because he saw that he thought that was gonna be his way out. Was holding, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
but
then,
look, oh my bad, my bad.
but then once that he took that point away, it even got worse for Maxayo. You know what I'm saying? He was fighting back like a motherfucker. I respect him like a motherfucker. He didn't fold or nothing like that. But he was trying to retreat and trying to get the fuck up out of there because that pressure was a motherfucker, and his pressure versus that pressure, I think Figueroa was on another level. And that made me respect Cool Boy Steph a lot more. You know what I'm saying? The way he dealt and handled that monster pressure that Figueroa had. But man, that was a pretty good performance though. That Max Io versus Figueroa fight. That pressure was a motherfucker, and one of them bust.
And I'm equally as impressed with Mass Gallo. He will not let that man stop him. Even if he got to hold this motherfucker. I'm talking about at the end of every round, this man looked dead tired to me. I'm talking about when he go to his corner, I'm not sure if he gonna be able to last another round. But that man kept himself in the fight. He made sure he got to the end of the fight. I seen that in this dude, man. And like I've been betting, me and y'all saying MZ and all, we've been betting on fights for months now. Shit, we been betting on fights for like 7-8 months. Mass Gallo is the kind of dude that earns you money because you know he not gonna get stopped. So you know the outcome of his fight. Either he gonna win or the fight is going the distance. He's not gonna get knocked out. It don't matter who you put him in there with. He's not knocking him out. Not at that weight class. He might get knocked out at 126. I mean 130. My bad, 130. But at 126, he's not getting knocked out. So salute to Mass Gallo, man. You know what I'm saying? A professional survival artist. Goddamn me. And he won the bet for us too, like I said. Where I was at in the chat, Eric R said David brings that vintage Triple G pressure, but without the skills, he makes up with the activity. Yeah, and Triple G had that deep amateur background. He was like 345 and 5. You know what I'm saying? Hell of a left hook to the body. Eric R said, Eric R said, Plant ain't tricking me on this one. I ain't gonna even say that out loud. I done already said enough about the Japanese fighters. Folks probably think I'm a racist because of that shit, but it is what it is, though. Eric Gar said he ain't Marky Mark no more. He Mark Wahlberg, all right. D'Lo said Hurd versus Laura comes to mind, and late Laura got dropped because he slowed down. Yep. D'Lo said I think Laura low key started to decline for Hurd. He might have. That was a hell of a fight, man. That was a war. D'Lo said, no matter who I chop it up with on YouTube or boxing circles and where I go, the gym, the block, the corner is my home. This is the base, as Trey X says, all day. Yeah, I got real love for the people I fuck with on YouTube too. Cause I just been fucking with the same people all this time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no friendly ass dude that's just out trying to be everybody's friend. You know what I'm saying? So I got real love for the people I fuck with. Hell, I had the flu. Sick as a motherfucker, caught the flu in Alabama. D-Lo called me and I talked to the nigga for 2 hours straight with the flu. If that ain't having love for your brother, I don't know what is, nigga. Cause I felt fucked up and still talk to my brother. Big Boys Boxer said, in my opinion, it ain't worth trying to put a hedge on Plant. He going to get steamrolled. Yeah, I wouldn't be looking towards that shit. I was just thinking, like, if somebody wanted to make a play like that, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I don't like hedging. But I do sometimes, every now and then. Like one time I did hedge, like was in the last Kaneki fight when he went out there and fought
Ali Demirison. They had Demirison by knockout at like close to even money, and they had him going the decision at plus 500. So I put some money on both sides. You know what I'm saying? That's one example. Big Boys Boxing said, yeah, I gave Masgallo 3 rounds. Yeah, I thought he went out there and got his ass whooped proper milling. Hyphy say Mark doesn't breathe when he punches, causing him to fatigue faster. Also, his back foot knee flexion is way too overextended. But shit, he's an explosive type of fighter anyway. Like when he jump in with punches, he be exploding with punches and shit. So that's gonna make you tired regardless. You know what I'm saying? Hyphy said Brandon footwork is disgusting. No good fighter would allow Brandon to switch in front of them like that. I mean, like you can say that shit, right? But sometimes when you got an opponent that don't do everything by the book, that shit throw you the fuck off. Like look at Usyk when he went out there and fought my man from the UK. Oh, Derek Chisora. Then Derek Chisora was coming squared up and doing all kind of raggedy shit, and that shit threw Usyk off. Usyk is like a technician type of guy. So like he like a computer that's programmed that when you make a move, he know the move to counter that. But it's more like conventional type shit. If you go at a conventional type of person in an unconventional fashion, you can throw them off. I remember when Lomachenko, when he fought Salido, I saw some of that in that fight too. It can be a benefit to do things not in the perfect conventional way sometimes. Big Boys Boxing said it was funny how they pointed out Figueroa on average takes 23 punches a round, but dishes out 28. Don't make for a long career. Yeah, that's true. I think about that with Figueroa. Like, how can you walk through these punches like this? But in real time, like if I compare Figueroa to Hurd, for example, Hurd, he looked like he was just walking through devastating shit all the time. Figueroa, to me, it seemed like he could take a little bit of the steam off the punches. I don't see him just walking through flush punches over and over and over again like Hurd. You know what I'm saying? So I cut Figueroa a little bit of slack. He do take punches, but he don't take the same type of punches as somebody like Hurd. And plus, Hurd liked to stand straight up back in his best days. Like he was kind of like a straight up guy. Figueroa ain't just straight up like that. You know what I'm saying? He get down low and try to crouch down and come in that bitch like Rocky Marciano or something to get in close to you. You know what I'm saying? So I cut him a little bit of slack. And it ain't all about taking punches. It's also about where you take the punches. Are you taking them hoes square in the face? Are they glancing off your forehead and shit like that? You know what I'm saying?
Jay Brown, you was gonna say something?
Yeah, and to that point, I think Brandon's footwork was a lot better in this particular fight. I felt like he did a great job cutting off the ring, um, comparably to some of his other fights, especially against Fulton. But Fulton's an anomaly when it comes to his footwork and his skill set. So he's gonna make anybody's footwork look like trash most of the time. But I do feel like Brandon, from a footwork standpoint, he looked on balance a lot more in this fight than I've seen him in his previous fight. So looks like something that he's working on, um, as far as being able to cut off the ring a lot better than what he usually does. So I felt like he didn't waste any motion in there in the ring fighting this Saturday. He was calm. He was fighting at the pace, and his footwork. He wasn't out of position. Um, a lot of times when he was trying to get on the inside, he was right there where he needed to be effective. So I would grade his footwork a lot better than what I've seen.
All right, all right. MZ, what's up, OG? I guess he'll jump in when he get his
Station set up or something. I'm gonna jump back in the
What's
chat
good?
a
What's
little bit.
good?
What's up with it, OG?
Oh man, I just thought I'd swing through while I'm on my way to work.
Your shit
Um,
sound low as a motherfucker. Is it just me? Am I tripping?
Now it might be me. It might be me. You know, when
Nah,
you
he
don't get your
driving.
pitch
He
right,
driving. He driving, so
when you
he's
don't get
sitting back.
when you don't get your pitch right, you know your microphone and shit stop working right.
Hey man, you let me down, MZ. I was riding with you, man, rocking with you, man.
Man, I felt all the pain that you was feeling, and then what threw me off, as soon as I put in my pick, the betting picks came out, and the first thing I saw that I had some shit wrong. I was like, oh. I was like, look at this bullshit right here. The first pick. As soon as I looked at it, I was like, my first bet was against myself. I was like, come on, dude. The 19-year-old messed over me. I thought old boy was gonna have a little more experience. I thought he was gonna beat old boy. Jerry Hurd, I actually thought Jerry Hurd might go back to the old Jerry Hurd because he got back with his old trainer. So I kind of let that sway my thinking on him when I should have just went on and picked against him because I knew he was going to try to box. So, yeah, I ain't got no excuses. I'm getting my ass kicked all up and down the field right now, but that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, you down by like 300 points or some shit.
You got
I got 400 points.
You got like 495 or something like that. Let me go see real quick. Let me see what you
man,
got
why you
going
bringing
on.
up old stuff, man? Why you keep bringing up old stuff?
We just got to keep the book straight. That's all we doing.
Hey, we gotta check the Carfax. That's all.
That's all we doing. All right, overall, OG, you sitting at 495 points. That's what I thought you was at, 495. First place is 784. So that's like 289 points that you behind first. So that's almost 300 points that you out of first place. That's bad business, OG. That's
y'all
like
gonna be sick when I make this move.
Yeah, that's like 3 weeks, 3 weeks worth of picks. Like, goddamn, nigga, you got to score like you done missed a week or two. You ain't even missed no time. Yeah, we got to get that together.
I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on. I'm sitting doing homework, watching these motherfuckers fight, thinking I got the right people on the deck.
You ain't using my pedigree scale. You are not using the pedigree scale, OG. Because if you did, you would have had that 19-year-old winning. That was a national champion, 3.5 on the pedigree scale, going against some guy with 60 amateur fights from fucking Uruguay or some shit. I don't even know. One of them fucking countries. He going against an American. Listen, he going against an American national champion, and you picking against him. Like, come on, man, you ain't using scale.
I do have an important question. Somebody throw me a curveball or something. I don't never see the amateur picks on where y'all getting the amateur picks from? Where y'all getting that info from? Because I don't be seeing that shit nowhere. BoxRec sucks.
Nigga, Google it. Look it up. Read some articles. That's where you find it. Even if that shit in Spanish, nigga, just find the words around them numbers and translate them hoes. And a lot of the time, it'll tell you that, hell, this the amateur reference. You got to go find it.
Translate it. Okay, I got you.
You got to go find it, man. But let's look at this week's standings, man, in the Sean Ross. We just said OG. We ain't going to talk about Mike Hennigan because he got in late. You know what I'm saying? With MZ, 495, 57th place. They go up. Winston Lee. Hold on. Be quiet in the reading of the rankings, please. I ain't trying to be rude, but we reading the rankings right now. Winston Lee at 562. He in 51st place. Marlo's Corner at 49th place, but he did miss a week, so we're going to cut him a little slack. You know what I'm saying? But look at that, OG. Marlo missed a week, and he still beat you, man. Come on now. You got to tighten up over there, OG. All right, let me scroll up some. My man Moody Trey with Eric R. He in 39th place right there. I almost missed him. 621 points. He in the bottom half of the field. He right behind Moody Trayweather, 623 points. He was doing pretty good. But then he had a bad week last week. I don't know what the hell happened last week, but he fell off bad. J1 Pro, 36th place, 632 points. You know what I'm saying? Need to tighten up. Ernest Collier, that's Warzone. Yeah, that's his real name. 640 points. Champ Ross in 31st place on his own shit. 646 points. We need the owner of the fucking league to tighten up and come back. Napoleon Armstrong, he been missing some time. He got a lot of stuff going on. Like, that's my partner, you know what I'm saying? We chop it up a little bit. I know he got stuff going on, like, in his personal life. So we going to cut him some slack. Rod X, the champ in 27th place. We need to see him make a move. He going against Gil Coles. Did I miss Gil Coles? No, Gil Coles right above him. That's why I matched him up. We got Gil Coles at 672 points. He in 25th place. He at least in the top half. Him and Rod X. That's what's up. Toby Bartlett, we need him to step up. He in 22nd place. Step his game up.
Yasa, my boy Yasa, he in 18th place. I'm really kind of proud of Yasa. Yasa doing pretty good. This is his first season in Chan Ross. He in 18th place. I think that's pretty good. He got action where he can get up in the top 10 or something. My man D-Lo in 16th place. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? A comeback season for my man D-Lo. He in the top 20. Would rather see him in the top 10, though, so let's make a move. Put your foot in the dirt on these motherfuckers and let's cut up field. Then your boy Trey X, that's just a friendly neighborhood Slayer Dragon type motherfucker. I'm in 13th place. I'm about to crack the top 10 though, y'all. If y'all ain't noticed, I'm going one direction and that's up. Because I was in the 20s. And every week your boy Trey X just coming on up, coming on up. That's what I do. I walk him down. That's it. That's why they call me walking the Texas Ranger. I walk a motherfucker down. You know what I'm talking about? So we about to walk him down. Salute to the women. Melinda Lewis Reinhardt. That's one of the women. She real sweet lady over there in the Facebook group. Real good. She be in the mix every season. She real good at making picks. If I matched her up with just the average motherfucker, I'm taking her all day. She gonna come whoop a motherfucker ass. Mark James Knowles is a former champion. Salute to him. Michael Jersey's former champion. Salute to him. Derek Bailey in 8th place. That's my man. He's doing real good. Him and Joseph Brown, they running mates. I got them going up against each other this week, though. That's a brawl for it all. I want to see who got that championship pedigree. And I'm challenging them because I want them to get back in the top 5. Because they was top 5 all this time. Now they kind of fell out the top 5. So who going to get back in the mix? My man, Nick Harmon. That's one of my favorite people in the town, Ross. A former champion. He a bad man. Old man Harmon. Geneva Warren is a very tough lady. She is in the mix every season. She like a 4 point. She like a 4 or 4.5 on the pedigree scale. She ain't won yet, but she be in the mix every season. She real good. Jesse Aguilar, he in 3rd place right now. Ooh, he 14 points away from first. Them motherfuckers better be worried about Jesse Aguilar. If you in first and you only 14 points ahead of him, that's something to worry about. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker pretty good. Then first and second is Rob Day and George Hall. I don't know nothing about them. You know what I'm saying? And if I ain't seen you before, I don't really just have a lot of belief that you're gonna go win it. So in my opinion, I got Jesse Aguilar in the league. The other dudes ain't got no history of winning this shit. Jesse Aguilar literally has a championship. He won season 11. I won season 10, he won season 11. You know what I'm saying? But I'm coming to try to get back in the mix and maybe I can have a chance to take it down myself. And that's what we coming to do. You know what I'm saying? But salute to everybody that participated in the Chan Ross. And if you do not participate in it, get your ass in it, man. Quit being scared. Being a coward. Let me see where I'm at. My man Moody Treyweather. Eric Carr said Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is the best Japanese fighter of all time. I thought that's a motherfucking wrestler. D-Lo said fighting Harada. Huh?
He threw me off with that. He's the best wrestler I've ever seen perform.
Yeah. D-Lo said he liked that fighting Harada. Yeah, fighting Harada, man, he had some 2 fights against Adair Joffrey or against Adair Joffrey, however you say his name. You know what I'm saying? He was a real tough fighter. But I was just trying to make the point that you don't really see the Japanese fighters as like the greatest of all time. That's just a fact, man. I ain't trying to be offensive. It just is what it is. Big Boys Boxer said y'all seen that Kabayel Smakiki fight yet or some shit like that. Kabayel almost got stopped in the second. No, I did not see that fight, but we did pick it in the Chan Ross. Dilo said I gained much respect for Masgallo in that loss. I did too. He's very tough, man. Very tough. Big Boys Boxing said there was a copy on YouTube now. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Pagos Bill said real love for sure in this community. Oh yeah, it's love all day. Dilo said all day, just like the tray. Yes, sir. And Ricard said, yeah, Block Fam is my home base. I feel been rocking with y'all for a good few years. Yeah, all day. I fuck with you tough. And Ricard said Brandon Pressure is damn near Greco-Roman. Yeah, he gonna bring that pressure, man. For sure. Eric Carr said that ain't right, MZ. Trey X put you in tough like the PBC. Yeah, I put him in tough. I had you like a minus 250 favorite going in, so we already knew what time it was. D-Lo said, I never picked old fighters from places like Uruguay. Hey, I said that shit. I just said a damn country. I don't know if that was a country or not. If somebody got time, y'all go look and see where Amilcar Vidal is from. What country he from? I just know he come from some Spanish-speaking country. Ivy said there is no one source for amateur records, but a source that cannot be trusted for amateur records is BoxRec. BoxRec will tell you fighters like Lomachenko and Usyk only had 50 amateur fights. Oh yeah, all day. Yeah, you can't look at them, but you can go look at that little wiki link that's on the BoxRec, and they might tell you something that make more sense. And they also give you the records. Like you might look at that shit and say you got 50 amateur fights. But if you hit that wiki link, it'll tell you like this motherfucker got 200 something amateur fights. Or they might tell you the tournaments that they fought in. So there is still valuable information for amateur records that you can find on Wikipedia. I mean, not Wikipedia, but on BoxRec. But you can't just go to BoxRec and just look at the records and think that's enough. You can't do that. Eric Carr said, I'm getting my climb on, all right? Will Cole said, in a strong 25th. I ain't mad at you, brother. Eric Carr, that's my aunt. Get him, DB. Who you talking to? Moody Trayweather said, I've been in 33 through 39 the whole season. No, you wasn't. You were not 33 through 39 the whole season. That is not true. That's not true at all. Let me look back a little bit. Because I don't remember that like that. Because I saw that you was doing pretty good. And then I said, man, what the fuck happened to this dude? Just out of nowhere, you just fell off like a motherfucker. I guess I got to do it another time. So, yeah, you're 38th place right here, man. You might be right. You said, man, I've been trash all season. I don't remember it like that, but maybe you've been trash all season for real. Don't stay trash forever, though. You know what I'm saying? That man said, I've been trash all season. Eric R said, Jesse is a motherfucking problem. I know that now. Yeah, Jesse Aguilar Cole. D-Lo said that was the country that a fighter was from on the channel Ross 2 weeks in a row, I believe. I automatically went the other way on. Pecos Bill said that worked, but I'm in the chat, man. Definitely appreciate you coming through. And Ricardo said, yeah, BoxRec said the guy had 0 amateur fights. I looked up the guy's bio and found out he had 60 amateur fights. Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it. Can't trust BoxRec, man. It's best to read some articles and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Boxing seemed pretty good. I haven't got nothing that I felt like was just crazy from boxing scene where they be posting records. But just read about them and shit, man. And interviews as well. I forgot about that. If you can find some interviews of the fighter, especially when they on the come up, you'll get the amateur background because people are asking about it. If it's a more established fighter, they won't get asked about it. But if it's like a prospect, watch their interviews. So what else we got, man? That we talk about with this boxing that shit? I want to shut it down.
Hey, you were speaking about Laura. Speaking of Laura, I heard that him and Triple G are scheduled to fight.
I heard about that too. That's a tough call. What weight class they fighting? 160.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a tough one to call right there.
WBA is trying to merge the WBA regular and the super. So that's an even fight. Both guys are on the back end of their boxing career as far as age wise. So that's an interesting fight.
It is. They both old. Both of them got deep amateur backgrounds. Both of them like 4.5s and 5s and all that kind of shit. So it's a tough one to call. Triple G been at 160 his whole career, so I've got to say that I feel like he's a naturally bigger man. I can see Laura hitting him with like a straight left on the chin. For some reason, I see him hitting Triple G. But Triple G got one of the best chins in recent boxing history. I've seen him take some hard shots from fighters. So I can't really see him getting stopped by Laura.
Triple G the type of guy to come forward, so that might be good for the judges. Lord, he like to give up ground and box on the outside a lot, Cuban type style. So I probably see Golovkin win it because Golovkin gonna come forward and put the pressure and shit, and I think he'll get the points.
Yeah, I actually think this fight is going to be a evenly contested fight, just because Laura is not as his he doesn't have the legs he once had, and he's standing in front of guys a lot more. So that's going to make for a more interesting fight between him and Triple G at this stage of their career. So that's a fight that I never thought we would get. And the more that I'm thinking about it, the more it's going to be a hell of a fight in my opinion.
Yeah. Pecos Bill, what'd he say? Well, y'all can't say I wasn't one of the first in grade to head. Hold on, what'd he say? Y'all can't say I wasn't one of the first in grade to head. I don't even know what the fuck that means, OG. You're gonna have to do a little bit better than that. I even say Tony Yoka making his comeback this weekend. Yeah, man, Tony Yoka, man, I'm supposed to rank him a 5 and shit, man, but that's a very unimpressive fighter to me. Even before he lost his last fight, I always said I don't like Tony Yoka as a fighter. He come from France and shit too, man. Y'all know how we feel about some fighters, man. Like it just is what it is, man. They come from France, they come from Spain, they come from Italy, they come from Germany. The motherfuckers be trash most of the time. That's just a fact. I know it might be offensive, but if you like winning your bets and getting your picks right, I'm just saying what it is, bro. If you picking fighters that come from these countries, you're gonna lose most of the time. Tony Yoka is an Olympic gold medalist, and he went out there and lost his last fight to a man with no amateur background. What's the name of that dude that beat Tony Yoka, man? He upset him. Tony Yoka was like a 5-1 favorite in the fight.
Let's start with a B, like
Martin McCauley or something,
Bacoli, yeah.
Yeah, went out there and let Bacoli go out there and beat him, man.
Bro, it was horrendous, man. He was doing stuff that you would never think a guy who has the pedigree, Olympic pedigree that he has would do. Like he's so lead foot heavy, he leans over and he just stands in a high guard. It's like, why are you fighting like that? And he's bending over, he's making himself more accessible as a target, and all Bacoli was doing was throwing the left hook right around the high guard. He was landing it on the ear, on the top of the head, and I mean, throwing straight rights. And it was like Tony Yoka was gun shy after a while. After he takes that power, he didn't want anymore. He was basically trying to be on the back foot boxing, trying to box on the outside, but it wasn't working. When they were standing in front of each other, it was a clear difference. It was a clear difference, and I'm not seeing good things coming from this guy. I'm not impressed at all what I've seen from him. I don't like the way he fights. I really don't like that he's so heavy on his front foot and he leans over. He makes himself a hittable target. And I think when you're doing that with a guy like Takam, even though he's 42 years old, that's going to be a problem because Takam is going to bring the fight to him. He's going to throw looping shots over the top. He's going to throw overhand rights. He's going to throw hooks. He's going to throw to the body. He's going to keep coming and pressing forward. And I just don't know mentally where Tony Yoka is. I don't think this is a good fight for him to take right now.
Yeah, man. Yoka one of them dudes that'll get your money fucked off. You get to looking at that gold medal and shit like him against Bacoli. We didn't bet on this fight. I don't remember what happened. Maybe it was because Bacoli was coming off a layoff. But I would take Tony Yoka proudly in that fight. Olympic gold medal and shit going against Bacoli without the amateur background. Y'all know me, man. That's a 5 going against a 0 potentially. Please. But he'll go out there and get your money fucked off. We can't trust him against Carlos Takam. We got to pick him, to be honest with you. We got to pick him. He going to be a big favorite. But don't be surprised if he go out there and fuck our Chan Ross picks off. That's just who he is. We can't trust him. And plus, in the Olympics, I thought Joe Joyce got on his ass. I thought Joe Joyce would put beats on him in the finals in the Olympics. Put hands on him. But somehow Yoka won the fight. I don't know how he won, but he won the fight. They need to mail my man Joe Joyce the Juggernaut. They need to mail my man his gold medal, like he said. They owe that man a gold medal. Eric Carr said the way I'm gonna look at Laura and Triple G is similar to Laura versus Hurd when Hurd was Hurd. Dito said, I think the less mobile Laura, who sits down on his shots more at 160, where he has nothing but knockouts, will have a good chance to keep Triple G at bay. But I don't think it's locked in yet. That's a good point. He has been kind of sitting down on his punches more. Older, he ain't got the legs like he used to. You know what I'm saying? I'm interested to see how he gonna approach a fighter with the type of power that Triple G is known for. Um, when people got that power, like somebody might do something against one person that they won't do against somebody else. Like this a different sport, right? But think about Colin Kaepernick. I know everybody loved Colin Kaepernick, but look at him when he was playing his best. When he go out there and play Green Bay, he go out there and run for 170 yards or something, running like a motherfucker. Watching when he go out there and play Seattle, the Legion of Boom. He didn't do all that motherfucking running. He knew who he could do that against. Same thing in boxing. You might get out there and stand in front of one guy, but are you going to stand in front of Triple G? Somebody that can knock your dick in the dirt. We'll see.
Hey, and let's not act like his 160 campaign hasn't been without him taking some punishment. Also, I've seen him get hurt a couple of times against a couple of guys he's fought at 160. So, who's to say Triple G land that left hook to the liver or upstairs if he doesn't hurt Laura with those shots. So we have to see.
Yeah.
Apple type salute, fam.
Apple, what's up with it, bro? Hype say Laura been asking for Triple G since 2015, so I know he got something custom tailored for his motherfucker. He got something custom made for him, man. You might be right about that. That's a good point. When fighters been wanting other fighters for a long time, it seems like they've been doing fairly well too. The last one that I could think of is Amir Khan and that goddamn Kell Brook. D-Lo said it's been in the making since Triple G lost to Canelo. D-Lo talking about Chienville. Hyphy say Bacoli Makabu, brother. Yeah, Bukabu, man, he ain't have much style either. You see what Badu Jack did to him. We had money on that. Eric R said, when Trey said he come from France, I immediately thought of Conehead and spit my water out. Yeah, I think I'm a little too young for Conehead, brother. Hyphy said Bacoli didn't only beat Yoka, he kind of smashed him. He smashed him. I didn't even watch the fight, man.
Bro, it was bad. It was bad. He busted him up, busted his eyes, bloody nose. Like it was a pretty convincing ass whooping, man.
I just remember scrolling on BoxRec and I looked at Tony Yoka and that bitch was red. Because it wasn't green. You know when you win it's green, when it's red, you lost. I said, what the fuck? This motherfucker that lost to Bacoli, man. And Bacoli was coming off a layoff, like I said. If Bacoli wasn't coming off a layoff, I would have proudly bet Yoka by decision and stuck my chest out when I bet. You can't trust Yoka, man. Can't trust him. Well, man, Haplo, what's up with it? Dito said, I don't think Laura can help but be more stationary either. Yep. That's what they were saying about Rigondeaux, too, though, for a while. And Rigondeaux showed us he got some legs left. So, yeah, maybe Laura got some left, too. Dito said, I don't think Triple G is going to take the fight. Pecos Bill said, I was first in a head-to-head betting line for the corner in Chan Row. Okay, I got you. He said he got some history-making moment on the corner. Goddamn, he said he was in the first head-to-head matchup on the corner. That's what he's saying. He made history. I got you, OG. Salute to you. You want to go ahead and shut it down, bro?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, man. Appreciate you getting on the panel, Joseph Brown. You want to go first?
Yeah. Salute to y'all boys, man. Appreciate it. Anytime I can jump on the panel with y'all, man. Chop up this boxing, man. Look forward to all these upcoming fights this weekend. And Everybody come with your A game in that Champ Ross. That's all I'm gonna say.
He said we done created a monster. We've been fucking with him and fucking with him and fucking with him to get into Champ Ross. He said, well, I'm here now. So you need to come with something. I got you, brother. We're gonna come with something, man. I'm gonna join you in the top 10 after this week right here. I'm about to put together something real special for you. You know what I'm saying? But salute to everybody that came through. We will be calling fights this weekend. I got my situation taken care of. I don't see no. Well, hell, Marlo said my audio wasn't that good, but the people said my audio was good. So however the shit is, man, we're gonna call the motherfucking fight this weekend. Y'all remember, if you fuck with your TV, turn your TV off and on with your remote control. If you push the button on your TV, you can fuck up some shit. Appreciate everybody coming through. I'm gonna try to have some trivia, some modern day trivia that I've been piecing together too, man. I might have that shit this week, as a matter of fact. Might not be 100 questions, it might be like 50 or something, you know what I'm saying, with a little bit of history mixed in. I got like 40 history questions that I just been sitting on, you know what I'm saying? So I might mix them up in there too. But salute to everybody, man. Much love. I ain't gonna talk y'all to death, man. Salute.
Man, y'all already know it's always fun. And look forward to chopping it up with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all sharing y'all thoughts. Coming to hang out with us, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. We will definitely be back this week sometime. But if not this weekend. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Till next time. Don't forget to tell them haters and trolls. Get the fuck out my gym.
You heard them.
Peace.
G.